Yeah, baby. Woohoo! Well, Uranus is stationed in retrograde, it's like it's retrograding now. Sudden, unexpected, hiccup, internet, computers, technology. Oh my God. Let me run. Oh, it destroyed my entire intro, huh? Ay, 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 ay. I was talking to you full on time, full on things over there. So, hello Ilana, hello Carrie, hello Miss Moose, hello Simone, hello Penny, Elizabeth, Costa, Christy, Surinda, Lauren, Rebecca, Renee, who else? Lauren, and Deborah, and April, and Pala, and Costa G again, Ruby, Dawn, and Ima, hello, and Claire, awesome, and Pita. Pita, you've always been blocked. Your message has been blocked. I don't know why. I'll press show and hopefully it will show. Naomi's in the house. Gab. Okay, I've got everyone. Did I miss anyone? Let's see. Okay, everyone's here. Cool. Ilana. Awesome. Rolkin. Fantastic. Francesca. Hola, hermana. Dover Sano from Israel. Woohoo! And Mansi and Barat. Hello, beautiful family. Hello, Steven. Hola, hermano. Vanessa. Janeline. Fantastic. So, I want to do a replay. I want to bring you into the... Let's rewind. In the reggae scene, when they start like a party, they play a tune, then they kind of go like... Rewind! And they start all over again. Guy Hassan, my brother. Woohoo! All right, Tabitha, welcome. So let's start again, okay? Rewind. I want you to listen to the song. This is the vibe of today. This is the vibe of today. Going back to be myself as I have known. Beautiful. Thank you, Full Trunk. Fantastic song. So yeah, look them up. They're on YouTube. They're on everywhere. Fantastic music. Great. This has become part of the show. I'm a musician. I'm a big fan of music. I've been with music all my life, and for me, music is one of the best way to express feelings and energy and mood. In 2002, when I was managing, I'm happy you love it, family. In 2003, when I was managing a coffee place in Wall Street, it was amazing because that was the first time where I started experimenting with people, the effect of sound and music. And Wall Street Manhattan in general, it's amazing. And I now get why Spirit is guiding me to talk about it. Because Manhattan is like the heart of the financial system. It is the heart of the modern economy, the stock market exchange and all the big banks, JP Morgan, all that area. And so it makes sense to me that we're talking about that because Leo is about the heart center. Okay? So when I was living in New York, it was amazing. I used to take the subway to work, and I used to sit on a bench. And the morning of Manhattan is fascinating because it's a pulsating heart. You have a subway that is coming to a station. Then suddenly you have like hundreds of people coming from the subway station into the street. And everyone's wearing different shoes and different heels. And, it's like business suits and dresses and clothes and all that thing. So you have all the heels and you have all the elegant shoes. I sat on the bench and I used to close my eyes. And it sounds something like that. Vroom. Quiet. Then. Vacuum. Everyone in the office. And when I ran the coffee place, and constantly like that, every 5 minutes, the streets being filled with people, tack, 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 vacuum. Another subway comes, vroom, tack, tack. So it's like a pulsating heart. It's like vroom, vroom. And when I was the manager of the coffee place, but also the barista, the one who makes the coffee. And I really love that job. It's one of my favorite things to do. Serving people the morning coffee. It's one of the best things you can do for people. But if you do it right with love, it's like, wow. So I used to have like kind of a mechanism that I will turn my head to the left. I will see the person at the door. By the time they walk through the line and then turn right to the cash register, By the time they pay, they get their coffee and they go. And it was literally like that, because you have to capitalize on the subway. And so it would be like a subway comes, a line from the cash register all the way out to the sidewalk down the line, and they will stand one by one. It will go like a machine. After a month, I already knew what each one of them drinks, and it's not an easy thing because Americans, they're crazy with their coffee. There's like, I want a triple shot espresso with a cappuccino with no foam, with caramel syrup, and they have all these kind of definitions. Like each one of them has their syrup, has their this, more foam, less foam. The favorites of barista is, of course, decaf, skim milk, no sugar, but with the sweetener. Something like that. So basically, as I got kind of picked up on the coffees, then I start playing with them. If it will be a cold, dark, rainy day in Manhattan, it can be very kind of, because everything is buildings and it's cold and it's rainy. It's like, I used to play to them this beautiful soft lounge music in the morning, warming them up, like chill out, ambient. Suddenly in the afternoon, they will come for the afternoon kind of break. I play some upbeat tune, like, a bit more beat happening, or if it's a sunny day, I play them some Bob Marley. So based on the weather, I'll give them the music to compensate and to support that which is lacking because of the weather. And that's what made me successful. People were like lining up all the way. So basically, I'm starting with that because we are being very challenged to be centered in our heart. We are being very challenged to maintain a sense of inner peace. We are being very challenged to just to be positive and awesome because, hey, this week Melbourne hits the collective global news. The entire world was looking at Melbourne like, oh my God, Melbourne is screwed. That's what the entire world perceived us this week. We were in the headlines. Melbourne is the city that is the most suppressed in the Western world. Number one, baby. We got it. We are number one in suppression. Cheers to that. So this is a message back to the world. I want to let you know that even though we are suppressed in the most extreme way of the Western world, we have an amazing community. And we are here vibrating love. We are together, connected, raising the vibration, the frequencies of ourselves as individuals and of our community. There are many, 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 many awesome, conscious, aware, spiritual people in Melbourne, many healers, many therapists, many yoga centers, many yogi communities, many Reiki communities, many healers. We are abundant with healers and therapists, and Melbourne itself is the capital of culture and art of Australia. This is the most intense center of artists, of musicians, of painters, of actors, of any kind of art you can think of. We have the most amazing amount of museums and art galleries and art in the streets. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it means that wherever the artists are, this is where the heart is. This is where the spirit is. This is where the creative expression of spirit is. And so I'm saying it to the locals, Melbournians, and to the global collective consciousness that may be watching this. We are going to be okay. We have been chosen to face this challenge. We have been chosen to face this time, and we are going to be okay because we are a part of the revolution of love. And we are a part of the shift of consciousness. And I am very excited to live in Melbourne in this time. I'm very happy to be in Melbourne in this time because I can do something about it. Because I can make sure that I'm spreading as much love, as much wisdom, as much awareness, and as much light, and to connect as many people together under the umbrella of mutual values and mutual understanding and the desire to create a community of love. And I'm excited that I can do this Lighthouse live streams and speak to everyone who wishes to connect. And so this is just to show you it's not all bad. This week I was counting my blessing. It's a teaching from the shamanic approach, from the Native Americans, the Mexicans, the tipi kind of peyote ceremonies in Mexico. They will take the cedar wood The Native American will do it with tobacco, and the Mexicans too. They will roll a big tobacco cigarette, or they will or they will have cedarwood leaves in their hand, and they will throw it into the tipi's fire, into the sacred fire, as they give thanks for all the blessings. So they will roll the cigarette and they will say, I'm so grateful that I have my family. I'm so grateful that I'm healthy. I'm so grateful that I have good food on my table today. I'm so grateful. They give thanks. And so this week I was really focused. I didn't even make effort. And it just came together. I was like, man, with all the negativity that is existing in this time around this situation, honestly, I feel like Creator has gifted me the best gift I could ever ask for in my life. Because up until March, when we went into lockdown, I was a very, very busy working man in service, in the sacred space, that is not in my house. And the sacred space, I used to spend there more time than at home. I used to be there almost every day from the morning until the evening, come home, have a dinner, put my son to bed. I spend maybe an hour, and in the morning when I woke up, I spend a bit of like half an hour with him, an hour. So really, I would have got an average of 3 hours a day with my son. And as my son grew older, and you see it when you're a parent, it's like your child just grows, expands in front of your eyes. And the first thing that goes in your head is like, oh my God, how quick the time is passing. He's growing in front of my eyes. The experience is escaping me. How can I grip a bit more of that? And suddenly came this gift, this lockdown. Of course, at first, our egos might have had clashes with it, some bashes, I can't be in my space, I can't do the work that I used to do, I can't see people for meditation, I can't. Now, I must say, I'm absolutely loving it. I can reach my community in the finger. I'm connected to my community more than ever before. I feel a sense of community more than ever before. And I feel like a father more than ever before. I am more father than ever before. I'm spending so much time with my son. This week I was his teacher for math. This would have never happened without this poo. And I found myself cherishing that moment that I could teach my son how to calculate, right? And I could create a song with my son. And I can grow veggies here at home and show my son. And on Friday night we had a dinner, and we had a salad that most of the salad was from our garden for the first time. It was so amazing and so delicious, more than ever before. The lettuce, the radish, and the coriander from our garden was like, wow, amazing. And so the thing with that is to find the blessings. I spoke yesterday to a faithful Jewish man. And even in Judaism, it's fascinating because the first time in history, the Jewish people don't congregate in shul to pray. It's the first time. Throughout history, they always got together to pray. But this time, the guidance from the main rabbis of Judaism is to pray at home. And so I was even thinking, when religious faithful people go to shuls, synagogues, mosques, in some way you develop this kind of an essence of yourself that prays. Like, when people go to medicine, they have a certain way of purging. They have a certain way of seeking their identity there. Wherever you go, you are creating a new identity that will fit that new circle. So, a lot of judgment happens in shuls, in synagogue. Oh, look how she dressed. Look how he dressed. Look how he behaved. Oh my God, did you hear what he did this week? He did that. And a lot of gossip, a lot of shame, a lot of guilt. Suddenly, it's stripped naked. Again, choppers in the live stream. Amazing timing, hey? And so, suddenly, it's quite weird timing. Suddenly, it's stripped naked. You no longer go to pray in order to be seen praying. Pretty low. Pretty disturbing. Vibration-wise. And so, even for us, you go to meditation space, you have your way of meditating. You have your way of coming into a yoga class. You have your way of doing your yoga. Suddenly, it's all been stripped naked. You meditate by yourself. You're doing yoga by yourself. No one else sees you. No one else checks you out, Like, sometimes some girls, they will wear super sexy dress codes to yoga classes because there's that super sexy man that do yoga in that class and they really want him to look at her while she's doing her asana, if you know what I mean. A bit of yoga jokes, right? And so Simone said, I blinked and became a grandmother. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? And so where I'm going with this to the place that this time has many blessings. It has many upset processes, but it has many blessings. It brought us back to the roots, to the source. People coming down to earth. People are now, instead of going out to a fancy restaurant or to the Luna Park or to that park and this thing and this activity and that movie and that mall and that shopping and that gaming area and that bowling and that this and that and that and that, external, people are forced to come back to the roots. What is the enjoyment activity of the family? Let's go out to the park together. Shall we walk today or shall we ride bicycles? Shall we take a ball? Let's take the dog. And this is what we used to do. I remember as a child, this is what we used to do before technology. Everyone's loving the asana, huh? Especially the down dog, baby. Sorry, the up dog. The up dog, yeah, that's a popular one. Suddenly everyone's lifting their head to check if they're following the teacher instruction, but they're not really looking at the teacher, if you know what I mean. Up dog, yeah. That's why Lululemon is so successful, people. It's all about sexy yoga. Sexy yoga, baby. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about, to say, how is all this topic... Everyone's laughing, that's good. The topic that I'm talking about relates to the energy of now, because it's like... Okay, no more yoga jokes. Okay, cool. Oh, stop it. You're irritating my yoga jokes now. Okay, so... But what, we got to the yoga jokes through saying that it's like, yoga has been stripped naked. You're no longer going to a yoga studio to do your yoga, to be seen in your new Lululemon pants or your new, there's this new fashion of the tight pants that goes into the butt crack so it can actually show your entire structure of your butt. And I'm like, okay, cool. If that's what you want, that's all right with me. I don't mind it. But why? Why should... why? What is all this thing with the butt? Have you noticed? Like that over the last year or two, there's this huge emphasis on the bottom. All the twerking, the girls that do the twerks, it's everywhere on the Instagram, on the Facebook. It's like everyone's twerking. It's all about the bottom. It's all about moving the bottom, then the tights of the yoga pants. It's all about the bottom. It's like, what is that about? Who is putting us there and why? Base chakra. Uranus in the base chakra. That is a big topic of today. So, the reason why I speak about all this is because we have to find the positive blessing, because the positive blessing brings us into attitude of gratitude. We're able to recognize the blessings in our life. We're able to give thanks. We're able to and through that, through gratitude and through giving thanks for the blessings that we got from this situation and from all this time, it's bringing us into a vibration of abundance, because abundance is about being that. It's like if you're giving gratitude, you're opening your heart chakra, you're opening your heart center, you realize how blessed you are. You kind of bath yourself in this abundance of blessings and abundance in your life. And so that's what I'm trying to say through all this talk is like, of course, if you look there, negativity everywhere. But let's give thanks. Like, hey, it brought us back to the roots. It's stripped up naked, all the fake, all the illusions, all the stuff around it. It's now coming back to really what it's about. Meditate in order to meditate. Do yoga in order to do yoga. Exercise in order to do exercise. How many people go to the gym to exercise to be seen in their awesome, sexy outfit, and they modeling themselves in the gym because they want to be seen instead of going to the gym in order to exercise and focus on the inside. Breathe into the muscle instead of breathing to the mirror reflection of yourself pumping your muscle. So and socializing and connecting, and it's all kind of coming. It's reduction. This process. It's a reduction process to come back to the true essence of what is really valued. What is real value? On top of the real value, there's many sub-values that we've kind of add-ons, but what is the real value? That's why relationships are confronted to refine the true value of why you even came together, why you are even together. So this is what kind of this energy is kind of doing to us. And we are coming with this energy into the new moon in Leo, which is going to be on Wednesday in the middle of the day at 12:41 p.m. We're going to have the new moon in Leo. And it's quite a powerful new moon, and I know I've said it lately quite a lot, and let's be honest, I'm going to keep on saying it and throughout this year. It is a very powerful year. 2020 will be embedded in your consciousness for the rest of your life as the massive year of shift. It's intense year. Human history will look back into 2020 and will know that this is where the real thing happened, and we are the brave, powerful lions, warriors that are basically going through it. So this is kind of this week, but there's a lot cooking. So first of all, let me show you something. Okay, I'm just gonna fix some things here on my end. Okay, so this chart is for right now, as you can see. Where are we? Look at that. Oh, Stephen, my beautiful brother, this week have taught me a trick that I actually, silly enough, what's going on with my computer? It's a bit slow. Stephen taught me a trick that I still haven't worked out, but it is got to do with my mouse, and he taught me a trick. It's so beautiful. This is how it works. Choose. Okay. No, I don't have it. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Wow, cool. Stephen taught me a trick that now I know. And okay. Okay, cool. Awesome. So the trick that Stephen showed me is that now I know how to make my mouse bigger. Oh, but it's black. You see live stream. Bear with me 1 second. I don't know what to say, people. Sorry. Thank you, Tracy Chapman. Thank you. I'm sorry about that. We're going to have to live with that. Okay, let's flow. This is Uranus. Okay. Last night, 12:26 a.m., right? Uranus stationed retrograde. This is what it is. Sudden, unexpected hiccups, technology. Hello, Ava, shalom. Shavua tov. Sancha, welcome, love. Sudden, unexpected, shocking, things doesn't work, electricity, internet, it's classic. It's like, that's all right. Let's just live with that. So, let's talk about the clock. It's annoying me, I must be honest. As you can see here on 2 o'clock, the sun is on 23 degrees, 51 minutes. Mercury, 22 degrees, 25 minutes. Right now, okay? The moon, 16 degrees Cancer. Venus, 8 degrees Cancer. 8 degrees Cancer, right there. It's like 4 o'clock on the clock, okay? 6 o'clock, Uranus, 10 degrees. Last night, Uranus stationed retrograde. Uranus is a big planet. It's far out there. So it goes like 6 months, and then it retrograde like 6 months, and it goes 6 months, and it's like not exactly 6 months, but it goes and comes back for a long time. So now it's going retrograde for quite some time. Now, what he did, when he entered Taurus, he went up to the 6th degree, and then he came back to the 2nd degree. Now it traveled all the way up to the 10 degree, 41 minutes, and he's going to retrograde back to the 6th degree. And then he's going to move forward into the 14th degree, and he's going to come back to the 10th degree, and so on, okay? And so now Uranus starting the journey back to the 6th degree. When did that happen? Let's do an experiment, okay? Let's move some months back. Here we go, until Uranus hits the 6th degree. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Okay. There is Uranus on the 6th degree, 16th of April. Okay, so we're going back to April energy. Okay? From now, we're going to go back trace to everything that happened over the last 4 months with regards to Uranus in Taurus. So what is Uranus in Taurus? Once again, it is about, I'm coming back to now again. Let's go back to now. This is now. Uranus, revolutionary, innovative, sudden, unexpected change. It's about breaking free. It's about the people. It's about the world. It's about electricity, high-tech, technology, the nervous system. And Uranus is in Taurus. So Taurus department is the department of physical health. Hello, Pooh. The Pooh is forcing the human health to mutate, to transform, to metamorphose. The virus, the Pooh, made many people actually improve their health, like myself. I'm taking vitamins every day. I'm drinking chaga coffee every day. Chaga mushroom in my coffee makes my immune systems antiviral, very good for us. Making sure I'm taking everyday vitamin C, vitamin B, vitamin D. I'm taking my zinc. I'm taking my magnesium. I'm taking care of my body better than ever before in that department. Because we are at home in lockdown, we are eating at home more, we are eating less takeaway, so we are cooking healthier food, we are buying more organic fresh food, we are cooking more with love, we have more time to cook and actually enjoy. This is in the department of values, so we value time with family more, we value time with ourselves more, we value things differently, we don't value the global organizations as much. We don't value politicians as much. We don't value the banks as much. We don't value the currency as much. In the same way, we don't value, a lot of people who are single used to live happily with the fashion of Tinder and all these kind of applications where you can just hook up with someone, have some fun and move on. Suddenly this time made a lot of single people that used to party a lot to realize, you know what? I'm pretty lonely. And that made me change my values, that I don't really value being single anymore. This time made me realize that I want to be with someone. I want to be in a relationship. So I value love again. I value relationship again. Some people who are together, and Taurus is family, it's relationships. And so, some couples that are together, married or not married, kids or not kids, are going through reevaluation of the relationship, of the marriage, of the family structure, of the connection. For some people, it will be unexpected, sudden, shocking changes in the relationship. Over this year, since March, many relationships already broke down. Marriages, families, all kind of things like that, because it's a pressure cooker that is happening. It's forcing everyone to face things. They have no choice. There's no more escaping. It forces you to value more time with yourself because there's less time to be outdoors, clubbing or partying or drinking or going out every time or spending or shopping or whatever. Suddenly you're at home, so you value different things. You're being forced to reinvent yourself. You're being forced to revolutionize your value system. You're being forced to revolutionize your job, your work, the way you make income, revolutionize your health, revolutionize your relationship. Yeah, it's like this time is pushing us all to innovate, re-innovate ourselves. And so many people took this time to actually expand their consciousness and awareness. Many people dive deep into truth searching, of understanding the big picture, what's going on out of the situation. Many people are connecting more to spirit because they need it, which is, of course, it's needed. Many people questioning their jobs because, I have a beautiful man in our community and he's a recruiter and he loved his job, going to the city every day with his teams in the office, dressing nice in a suit. Everything was cool. Suddenly now he's a recruiter from home. So he's not wearing the suit. He's not going to the city. He doesn't have the socializing happening. All the things that made him excited about his job suddenly are gone. He realizes that he actually doesn't like the job, because he's at home just calling people and recruiting them. He realized that the true essence of the job is actually boring. It's not for him. And so now he's being forced to recreate his own thing, his own kind of business or career, something that he really likes. And that's what it does to us all, you see? To every one of us, if you look into your life, how the last 6 months have been, all this year really, has been forced you to change without any choice. You just had to change. You have to change. It's like even if you didn't want to change, you've already changed quite some things in your life. Your routine, your structure, the things you do during the day, the way you walk, the way you run your business, it's all changed, you know? The first wave, I was like, oh, what a bummer, no sacred space, no sacred space, no sacred space. And now I'm completely at peace with it. I was like, wow, this is working well for me. This is actually nice. I like it. I see what's going on here. I see. Okay. And at the same time, I've been told that, the owners of my building have applied to a building permit to build a 7th-floor building on top of my sacred space, which means that it's impossible for me to walk there anyway. So I can see how my sacred space is coming to an end. And if I wouldn't have done all the things I've done over the last 5 months, since March lockdown, even since I started from the beginning of the year really, then I wouldn't have been in a comfortable place with it. But I've adjusted, I've improved my services, I've changed my services, I've remade myself, my business, the structure, everything, and it's still in process. But this is what I'm saying all this time. I've been saying to everyone all this time. Do not worry about the old world falling apart. Focus on yourself. Focus on your life. Realize what you need to change, what you need to create, who do you want to be, what kind of life do you want to live, what is your true purpose. Invest in yourself, study, learn, develop a new thing. Like, my leadership, my Leo is by example. I love leading by example. I love teaching what I do. So whatever I'm implementing in my life is what I bring with my teaching, which is why I'm so comfortable of educating people and empowering people to dive into cryptocurrency and to learn more about it. Because it's something that I've implemented for myself. I forced myself to learn in order to do it in the right way. And now the passion comes out as like, now I want to offer it to the people, to the community. And so I'm so proud of our community. I will say that 80% of our community is sorted. They got the self-managed super fund, they got their cryptos, they got their silver, they got the right mindset, they know how to look at it for the long term, they have sorted themselves out, we've got a beautiful rocket ship, spaceship ready, everyone is in their seats, having their aperitif, enjoying their cup of chai and their live stream on Sunday afternoon. And because the community knows we are here, we are supporting each other, we are empowering each other, we are guiding each other, we are truly in this together. We are not just saying it, yeah, we're in it together. No, we are truly in this together. And we are holding this beautiful womb vibration. So if you are not part of our community, here comes the 2 minutes commercials. We have an awesome online community on Patreon. Soon enough, we're actually building a website. Julia, a beautiful angel in service from our community, is helping me building a website, which will, when it will come, it will be awesome for us. Until then, we are running it on Patreon. So on Patreon, you can join us. There's 3 different tiers. $8. Now, the dollars are in US dollars. Not in my fault, because Patreon is a platform that is based in America, so it's by the American dollar. But for the $8, you get, to support me, first of all my work, all my job, all my research, all my wisdom, everything that I give. But you are getting a lot in return. You are getting a sense of community. You're part of an awesome community. We have 3 live chats that we are running simultaneously, each one for different subjects. One for spiritual emotional support, one for crypto and all the other stuff that are important to know in these times of financial transformation. And the third room is for our own inner economy, our own inner market. And that's just on the socializing level, but it actually gives a lot of a sense of community, that you belong to a community that can, you can raise your hand and say, I'm struggling, I'm actually a bit scared today, and everyone's just jumping and giving, love and offering support. You can be on the top of the moon and say, I'm feeling fantastic today, and you're just like, I just want to send you some love. And that's what people do in our community. So that's the main thing, really, to have connection, to have good, awesome connections. I see this community evolving to even further stages later on. But for now, this is the build-up. The other thing that you get is also all the astrology, all the posts, all the insights that I can give you and the guidance. The $11 tier gives you, on top of all that, the new moon sound healing meditation on every month. And the $22 a month gives you also all that, the $8, the new moon, and a full moon. And, sometimes I always like to offer, I'm a giver. So this month, we had the Leo Gate meditation, which was for the entire community, just a free offering to our community. So there's like, I'm a giver. You will get your rewards. Don't worry about that. But, it's just kind of like show a token of support and you will get so much more support back. So join us if you want. The most immediate, easiest way to support us is actually to press like on this movie on YouTube. So right under the window, there is the like. And if you could subscribe to our channel, that would be great, because the more subscribers we get, the more exposure we get. And hit the bell icon so you get notifications when we do our live stream. And that's about the commercial. Ping boom. Now, one more thing. In the links below this movie, there is also a link for donation and affiliate links. I've created a list of the right connections for you, the right places to go. You do need to know a bit what you're doing, but if you can't join us, there is still an offering there for you. Just go and use them. I'm going to show you my new thing, yeah? This is my new thing. You can use the links if you want some of... Oops, where is it? That. This is my new thing. Look at that. I got it specially for us. Cool. A bit of a cool toy. A Bitcoin. Get yourself some Bitcoin, family. It's time to get yourself some Bitcoin. It's time to get some Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. That's Uncle Jupiter singing to you, yeah? Uncle Jupiter. Let's talk about Uncle Jupiter. By the way, you can also get yourself some Litecoin, some Ethereum. They're also good for you. Get yourself some Digibyte. Not a financial advice. Never a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a broker. I'm not a salesman. I'm not anything. I am a spiritual guide. I am a channel. I give you messages. I am aware of the importance of my guidance. I am aware that I have the ability and the power to affect people's life. And I am doing my best to be as responsible to everyone who's listening to me. I will never share things that I don't fully believe in them. I will never share things that I don't necessarily feel the guidance from spirit to say it. And so everything I'm saying to you now, it's things that I've been saying for 3 years. I'm in the most comfortable place with it by now. And so I'm very proud of our community. Hooray to us. Because our community is sorted. Our community is ready. And I'm very happy, very, very happy about that. And because you're ready, and because you've done your homework, and because you've done your own due diligence, and you took action, you will be rewarded, and your life is about to change more than you even realize. You don't even understand how Bitcoin is going to change your life, but days will tell, okay? Now, let's get back into our teaching, okay? So, Uranus retrograded. That's why I spoke about all this, because why am I keep on bringing this crypto, this Bitcoin, this silver and gold? Why am I talking about that? Because Uranus is in Taurus. Uranus has come to disrupt, to revolutionize, and to reinvent humanity on a financial economical level. We are living in such an exciting time that we are literally watching the entire globe going through the first ever global reset of economy and finance. The first ever in history is going to be a global reset, okay? And it's quite fascinating. It's happening in the day by day while you go through your process, through your lessons. It happens. The headlines are coming out, and you can see how the world, day by day, it's like a tick, 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 tick. It's just happening. It's happening. And in 6 months from now, you look back and you go like, wow. And in a year from now, you look back and you go like, wow. But we are moving from paper money to digital money. We are moving from physical gold to digital gold. We are moving into the digital sci-fi futuristic era. Age of Aquarius. We're talking about humanity traveling through space, in spaceships, landing on planets, exploring new kind of horizons. We're talking about intergalactic connections. We're talking about artificial intelligence. We're talking about computers. We're talking about it's hard for people who are not inclined to be like time travel travelers, astral projections, into the future, into the past. For me, it's comfortable. I'm familiar with that. So I have the futuristic vision. I can look into the future and see how it becomes. And it's kind of funny because, I could see how along these 3 years of saying Bitcoin to people, 3 years ago, it was like very hard. No one even wanted to hear me, but now it's like, okay, now it's finally there's like people actually starting to say, you know what, something is cooking, something really is happening. I can see it now. Okay. And so it's very exciting to know that you are living in the final days of the old economy. And through our lifetime, through these few years that are ahead of us, we will see humanity transiting from physical paper money into digital money. It will be just like that. Everything's going to be like in technology, just like that. Now, of course, there is dark and light to it, like in everything. Power can be used to empower, and it can be used to disempower. Okay? So yes, blockchain technology could be used to empower humanity into decentralization and thriving equality. And it can also be manipulated to be abusive and continue the centralization of power. And people look into the future and they're afraid that that's what's going to happen. And they estimate humanity, right? So in this point in time, I will do my usual thing, which is I have to go to the toilet break. What can I do? I'm drinking lots of tea. And in the meantime, I'll let you hear the song that, again, represent this time, okay? And just remember that. Remember that we're living in time of revolution. Why does everything look so messy? Oh my God, I thought we're going for the party, the age of Aquarius. Everyone telling me the age of Aquarius, yeah, and all we can see is like, whoa, what's going on? The tables are turning, family. The tables are turning. First, we need to turn the table upside down, fix the legs, adjust, and then turn it back for it to be right. The table of humanity is not right. It's corrupted, it's lacking of integrity, it's abusive of power, it abused humanity through power, through money, through sex, through violence, through wars. And so, why are you so worried about the old world falling apart as if it was a great bargain? Sorry, it wasn't. The world that was until now wasn't that great for us. So don't you worry about it falling apart, okay? Focus on yourself, create a new self, bringing it back to now, create a new self. This is Leo, new moon in Leo, authentic, true expression, declaring in a self-expressive way the new kingdom, the new you, the royal self. Stepping into that brave, courageous heart. And be it. Just be it. The lion doesn't try to convince any other animal to recognize it as the king of the jungle. When the lion walks in the jungle, all the animals move away. If one of them tests the lion will roar, and the entire jungle will shake. Okay? Don't worry. Just be the lion. Just walk. So, let's get into the astrology. The big thing that we spoke about until now is the fact that Uranus went retrograde. Okay? So, what can that kind of tell us is that it's happened last night. So, it's still unfolding. And maybe for the next 2 days, all this week is going to be an interesting thing. Because we have the Uranus retrograde thing that can bring sudden, unexpected, shocking news. Okay? Then we still have Mars on Aries, 24 degrees and 3 minutes, is still square in Pluto. It's coming off the exact immediate square, but it still squares the Pluto. Okay? So that was going on all the last week. Mars square Pluto, we spoke about it. The action of the hero within to take action to get us out of a place of discomfort, insecurity, fear, pain, trauma, to step into a newly found self, into the chosen narrative. It's like to speak in the narrative that benefits you and empowers you rather than puts you down. I'm sure that most of us have seen what happened this week in Melbourne, which hits the headlines of the entire world, which is that policeman choking the young girl. No one who will see a policeman choking a young girl will be like cool with it, unless they're very kind of, a bit not right in the head. When I saw it, like anyone else who will see it, it's rageous, it's kind of creating rage, it creates an upset because you see an abuse of power, you see an abuse of authority, and in the classic way of the man to the woman, the young girl in the hands of an old man. Now we all know, it's like, yeah, of course it's not right. You could hold her in her hands. Why do you have to choke her? You could just put cuffs on her hands and take her. Why do you have to choke her? And if she tells you that you're choking her, why you keep on choking her? Why you don't just let the choke go and just go grab her hands? There's many wrong things there, right? But as we speak about it, it disturbs us, it makes us upset, it brings rage, it brings anger. And then that is the unchecked warrior, the unchecked Mars, that is the negative expression of Mars in Aries, the anger, the rage, the upset, the fire, the violence. And there is a lot of that energy in the air right now. And so if we go there, we will feel that and we potentially can act upon that in passive ways and in active ways. It can come through us as we speak to someone, we don't even know why we did that. But the idea is with energy like that is to bring that energy back in. Unfortunately, I can't change that. I can't help that girl. I couldn't have been there to protect that sister. But I can send blessing to her, to empower her back. I can send her love. And I can also send love to that officer that did the wrong thing. I can send him love because I wish for that love to melt his abusive ego mind to understand of what he just did to another human being. And that is the best thing to do. Because if you send that officer the anger, the rage, what are you doing? You become like him. You abuse him in the same way he abused her. And in that way, there is no solution. Anger is a recycled crap. Someone got angry at me. Now I'm moving that anger to him. He will move the anger to her. It will just keep, it's like passing the ball. Here is a ball of anger. Enjoy. Oh, enjoy. Until it comes to the conscious person, consciousness that is able to hold it and to transmute it within us. To say, this stops with me. I'm going to fix this with compassion. I'm going to fix this with love. And now I can start recycling love and empowerment rather than anger and disempowerment. And so when you see these crimes, when you see these unjust acts, as hard as it is, you need to step back from that anger, from that ego-attached reaction. The mind is judging things to be right or wrong. And step back into the lion's heart and act with compassion, act with love, act with forgiveness, and then you are really, really powerful. Then you are an awesome being that can transform and transmute individual and collective energies. Boom. Okay? That's what we're talking about. So, look what's happening there. Mars 24, 3 minutes. Next to him is that anchor symbol. This is Aries. We spoke about Aries, the Viking woman with the blood on her face. Chaos. Give me chaos. It's Kali. Yeah, Kali. Chaos. Give me more chaos. It's the feminine awakener. So this is classic because Mars is that police officer and Aries is that young girl. She is that young, rebellious girl. You could see by the dress code, you could see by her appearance, she's a sovereign, free spirit that doesn't give a damn about what the authority is saying, about the face mask. She doesn't believe in the law. She doesn't believe in that rule. She's going to walk in the street like a free spirit woman. She's going to be who she is, and she doesn't care. And what happened? Mars comes to her and chokes her. Because both of them, Mars and Aries, 24, are squaring Pluto, the abuse of power. Okay? Pluto is around power. Saturn is about control. Saturn is the authorities, the government, the law and order. Pluto is about kind of like the, abuse of power, misuse of power, intensely, deep, and Jupiter is more magnifying it. And so all three of them are squaring it, but mainly I will say Pluto squaring that Mars and Aries right now. And this is energy that, in the most direct way, is just the reality of these days. A suppression and restriction of the authorities, of the government, bringing you back to the beginning of this live stream. Melbourne, first place in the world, in the Western world, in being the most suppressed by the authorities. We are number one, people. The entire world is talking about us in Melbourne, okay? So just for you to realize the energy that we, as conscious beings, are maintaining our love vibration in the collective energy of Melbourne that is the most suppressed by authorities in the world, in the Western world. We are doing amazing, and we shall keep on being amazing, just like that. And so this is exactly that movie of that police officer choking that girl, okay? Here comes the authorities, the government, the police officer, and saying, hey, you, don't you think you can just walk in my street and rebel without a mask? I'm going to use the power that you thought that you have to abuse you. I'm going to disempower you. I'm going to choke you, and I'm going to give you a fine that you probably are not going to be able to pay because you're on job seeker anyway. And yeah, there you go. Why did you do that? Because Uranus is the revolutionary, is like revolution of the people, revolution of the people. So you're having this dance, and it's going to continue throughout this week, okay? That's what I'm talking about. Pay attention. This means you could have waves of intense bursts of anger or upset or rage or the desire to go and rebel and do something about it because some big things are going to happen this week. We're going to see more abuse of power. Did you know that the police basically has now the right to enter your house without any warrant? Do you understand? Do you understand this is like the times of the fascism? This is the time of the communism? Do you understand that? That right now you live in Melbourne City, but you have no real full liberty and freedom. Nothing really belongs to you. The authorities has 100% allowance to abuse you, your rights, your freedom, in case you need to receive that. It's kind of like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's why I recommend to the community, do not mess with the authorities. Be a good citizen. This is not the time. It's not the time. Right now, the swing is that the authority suppression and disempowerment is like to the max. It's highlighted. You just be a good boy, be a good girl, work on yourself, revolutionize yourself, change yourself from the inside. Just do that. Because if you will test the system, if you will try the system, it's not going to be a fun experience, okay? And so this is about that. And that's why also people, all the voices is like, that are, it's amazing in my eyes. I had this discussion with a sister this week. Many of the new age, of the conscious, of the spiritually inclined people in the community of Melbourne, the free-spirited, the medicine people, the shamanic teaching people, the yoga, the Reiki, many of them are kind of living in this, they're actually deceived. They've been deceived. They think that they got it right, but they're actually being deceived because they have a problem with the prediction of a mandatory vaccines. Now, it's a valid fear. It's a valid point. But if you are in a place that you are fighting it with fear, you, my friend, as conscious as you are, as much as you think you got it right by being the voice that kind of like, you are actually the one that is helping them manifest it. How is that for you? Because you are the one that is thinking about it. You are the one that is processing it. You are the one that is talking about it. You are the one that is doing things about it. Personally, I don't think about it even for 1 second. I don't speak about it. I don't think about it. I don't give a damn about it. Because that's the way I don't feed my energy into that manifestation. Why should I think about something that I don't want? I just keep on thinking that this is divinely guided. This is the divine plan. And even if they will try, they don't have the full control. Things will happen. Things will happen. Believe me, things will happen. Things will happen that we don't even understand how they will happen. So that's a twist for you. That if you are rebelling against, you are actually voting for the same thing that you are rebelling against because you are feeding it. And so this Leo, yes, of course, Pala, yeah. They can. That's the thing. Like, don't go there. Because at the moment, I say 100%. The authorities right now have been given 100% access to every single thing you've got, including your underwears. Every single thing. Okay? Don't go there. I'm telling you, don't go there, and in the chat, you're talking about it. You don't get it? What's the point? It's like it's important to be aware. Yes, of course it's important. By the way, thousands of meteorites enter our solar system every day. There's asteroids in the galaxy that has a potential to hit planet Earth. It's important to be aware. The Yellowstone volcano in America is awakening slowly but surely. And if the Yellowstone volcano in America erupts, goodbye to the entire atmosphere covered with ash, and we are going into ice age. It's important to be aware. The icebergs are melting down. Within those icebergs that are melting for thousands of years, there could be bacteria that we have no way to face. It's important to be aware. Planet Earth is going into a mini ice age. It's important to be aware. The sun is shrinking. It's important to be aware. The magnetic fields of the Earth are weakening. It's important to be aware. Our solar system is going through a photon belt in the Milky Ways. It's important to be aware. Everything is important to be aware of. But then, are you aware from a place of fear? Or are you aware from a place of love? Okay? So there is a difference between processing this and being aware of it from a place like, oh my God, really? They can do that? Oh, I need now to find how to protect myself. You are feeding it already. You are already manifesting it. You are already feeding that manifestation for yourself as an individual and for the collective. Okay? So whatever we give our attention to, we are feeding. So I want you to have an option of feeding the fact, the understanding that we are now at the end of the old patriarchy. It's the end of the old patriarchy. The old patriarchy is crumbling down. The old forms, governments, and institutions that have abused their power and are not in integrity, they are falling down, they are crumbling down in front of your eyes. It's a process. It's not going to happen just like that. It is happening, okay? Relationships which are not in integrity, not in true value, are falling apart. Businesses which are no longer serving your true destiny are falling apart. Everything. Okay? So come back to what it's really about. I'm talking new moon in Leo. I'm talking Leo, man. Don't come and tell me there's hyenas. The hyenas are coming to take over the kingdom. Don't run into the cave. Stand on your guard. Be a lion. Be a lioness. Just like vibrate love, vibrate happiness, vibrate peace. Manifest with me a future possibility of the intervention of light, interference of love, the revolution of love. We are more than sand. There are 7+ billion people on the earth. And when 7+ billion people will be pushed to the extreme point of friction, of suppression, 7+ billion people will bounce off with revolution, evolution, okay? It's all a part of the big process, but as you're going through your moments day by day, it's hard for you to understand the big picture. Big picture. We are the generation that is transiting ages. Age of Pisces to age of Aquarius, thousands of years. We are the generation that is crossing with planet Earth and the solar system, the galactic disk, after the end of the Mayan calendar into a new cycle, 6,000 years towards the light. We are the generation that is leaving this reality behind and moving into the future reality of evolution and innovation and space travel and galactic interactions and artificial intelligence and computers and all that thing. We are that generation. There will be no more generation be after us that will play with sticks and sand as we did. Okay? So it's kind of like, come back, don't go there. It's very tempting. The darkness is very tempting in these days. And of course, it's important to be aware. You know? There are people that survived the Holocaust because they were aware. My parents-in-law survived the Holocaust because their parents were aware and managed to take them away from their countries before it happened. Okay? So it's kind of like, yes, important to be aware, but don't be afraid. Just be aware. And then with that awareness, bring in the vibration of love. Manifest what you want, okay? So in this week, there's going to be this dynamic of waves of intensity, of rage, of anger, of upset, all right? Because Mars is with Aries. Mars, the warrior, is slowing down. It's kind of like, when he's facing Pluto, it's kind of like intense abuse of power. This could be like Pluto and Saturn is closing on Pluto as well. So intense abuse of power, restrictions by the authorities becoming even more. You know, we are now in second week of stage 4. We still have 4 weeks to go at least. Who knows what will be after. But, you know, as you go into this more of stage 4, every time we kind of go through adjustment to a whole new level of suppression. And it's going to continue. And at the same time, simultaneously, there's this Mars and Aries kind of squaring Pluto, goes like, rebel. This, I'm angry, I'm rageous, I'm outrageous, I'm going to go and rebel, I'm going to go and protest, I'm not going with the mask, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. And there's going to be this dance, as I told you, for all this year. There's going to be this intense dance between the Capricorn party of the suppression of power and abuse of power and restrictions and law and order, and the Uranus in Taurus and Mars and Aries squaring all that of like action of revolution. Action, like Aries is like the feminine awakener. It's like the feminine awakener is like speaking up. It's like, I need to speak up. I need to say what I think. This is that energy, okay? So we are all subjected to it, but at the same time this is happening, I want you to remember again, the Sun is together with Mercury in Leo, okay? There, on like 3 o'clock. So right now, Mercury is coming into Leo after reminding you that last week we spoke about the fact that Mercury was with Uranus, right? So we had this thing of like 2 weeks ago, the Sun was on 10 degree here in 10 degree Leo, and they squared Uranus. And then Mercury went and was on 10 degree, and he squared Uranus. So they both kind of went like, boom, touch base with Uranus, which is like electric shock from the future, from out of space and time, like revolution, innovation, like boom, download. The Sun, the Sun went and zapped, boom. The Sun moves on. Then Mercury comes and is being zapped, boom. And now like Sun moved on, and now the Sun is chasing the Sun, and now they both coming together, okay? Now, as they come together, look at that. Look how amazing this is, okay? Look how precise this is, because where they come together, let's move forward. So here is now, right now, wait, I'll go back to now first of all, yeah? Right now, the Sun 23 degrees, 53 minutes of Leo, okay? Pluto, 23 degrees. So right now, they're making this weird angle alignment. The Sun and Mercury, as they do this kind of, as they dance together, they're aligning with this Pluto, okay? And with this Saturn. They're going towards Saturn. They align with this Pluto, all right? But look at this dance. You've got like Pluto here, 23, on like 10 o'clock. You've got the Sun and Mercury at 3 o'clock, 23, 22, 23. And then you got Mars and Aries, 24 here. So as I move forward, here's the Sun moving to 24. Here's Mercury moving fast, catching up with her. Yeah, here's the Mercury is joining the Sun. There we go. It's catching up with her. 24, 24, very close. All right. Mars, Aries, 24, 24. Mercury, Sun, 24, 24. This is like Monday. This is tomorrow. So these few days coming up, there's going to be a lot of waves of intense energy. Sudden unexpected events dropping, truth bomb, news, headlines in your personal life, in the global world. This is now the show begins, people. That's it. We are in the show now. We're in the real action. As I told you, this is like we are now in the birthing canal. We are now like, it's no longer the labor. We're now in the contraction of actually giving birth. The baby is starting to move down from the womb, down through the birthing canal. And what we're feeling is this kind of suppression of the tightness of the birthing canal around the baby's body. Like, ooh, the muscles are squeezing it out of the womb. It's no longer in a comfortable womb. It's now being squeezed into the birthing canal. And then there's the contraction. There is this kind of like, and then it eases up and suddenly it settles. And then you push a bit more and it settles. And that's the dance that is going to happen over the next few months. The next few months, I want you to remember this visualization. It's the baby coming out, and it's like a birth that's going through a few months, okay, into January. Did he say January? Seriously, until then? Yeah. Yes. But don't worry. After that, beautiful baby is coming out, right? But it's like, this is how it is now, okay? So you've got Mercury coming into the sun in Leo. Pa-pa, 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 pa. All hail, the king is talking now. Please welcome the king. He needs a zip of tea. Everyone be aware, okay? Because Mars and Aries, together in Aries, the fire, the action, the assertion, it's home of Mars, the warrior, the god of war, the action, the power, the my way, or the highway. This is what I want. And then comes Aries, is like, yeah, let's have a fight. Let's just tell them what we think. Let's go and protest. Let's go in this. Let's go in that. Mercury with the sun, yeah, our voice needs to be heard. We need to speak our voice loud and clear. We need to go and scream and da 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 da. And then it's like Pluto there. It's like police beating up people, like ticket fines, you know. This you will see. And I'm showing you this as you will see it happening into Monday, into Tuesday, into Wednesday, into Thursday. And I'm giving you this because it will help you that when it happens, you catch yourself. No, I know better. I know better than this. I'm going to take action on the inside. I'm not going to feed this. I'm going to feed the love. I'm going to feed the light. Because what is Mercury with the sun? What is your true self-expression? Instead of reacting from fear, what will be the sound of reaction of love? How will you react if you come from a place of love? Maybe you want to write a song about it. Maybe you want to make a painting that expresses the tone of humanity in this time. Maybe you just choose to be friendly to your neighbors and to your friends and to your community and to just make sure that you are empowering and emphasizing vibration of love. See? And that's action. That's action. And so as we move forward, this is continue to happen, this dance. Now, let's go. Here, so the sun, Mercury exactly is on, there you go, 25th degree, 10 minutes, exactly on Tuesday at 1:20 a.m. So tomorrow late night, 1:20 a.m., Sun, Mercury. Now pay attention, the moon is already behind. The moon is in Leo. The moon is chasing them. Now last night, the moon was on top of Venus, by the way. Last night was a big night. We had the moon on top of Venus, and they were both squaring Chiron on 8 degrees. As you can see, Venus is still kind of with Chiron. Chiron is there like 11 o'clock. 8 degrees of Aries. Is retrograding, is feeling the wound. Venus is in Cancer, searching for the emotional security, for the true connection. And here comes the moon into Leo, and she is making her way towards the sun. And as she's coming towards the sun, Mercury, they are like declaring. There is a declaration. Mercury is the mind, the perception, the voice, the expression, comes together with the sun, the soul essence, the true self, the true I am in Leo. And this is happening on the 25th degree. And I'm going to move it a few hours forward. Excuse me, I'm just going to cough a sec. And we're going to move into the new moon. And into the new moon. What is else happening? Pluto, I wrote down. Pluto square. Yeah, so on the 18th, which is, on this day, Pluto, which is here, on the 22nd degree. Oh, by the way, pay attention to this important fact. When is it happening exactly? Let's see. There's a lot happening this week with Pluto and with Mars and all this. This is a very fiery week, family. This is a fiery week. This is Leo energy. This is a lot of dynamic between Mars and Aries and Pluto, and the Sun comes with Mercury in Leo. This is a lot of fire. This is a lot of fire, okay? So that's why I'm kind of giving you idea to know how to harvest it rather than unleash it, okay? And it means that we are going to face things in reality that are going to be valid for that reaction. There's going to be outrageous headlines. There's going to be a lot of events happening in the world. There's going to be, you will see. It's happening, okay? We're going into the real thing now. It's happening. That's it. Where are we now? 16. Yeah? We are midway through August. Now, what happens there on Monday at 8:20 p.m. tomorrow, on top of everything else? Tomorrow is a big day, okay? Tomorrow is a big day. A lot is happening, as I showed you already. But now, Pluto, look at it. Where are you, Pluto? Sorry. Pluto, 23 degrees 0. All right? And he's going 1, 2. There you go. And 8:38 p.m., Pluto is going into the 22nd degree of Capricorn. Why is that important? Because on the 12th of January 2020, Pluto met Saturn on the 22nd degree and 46 minutes. So this is the degree that has started the entire mess in January. Everything that happened to you since January has unfolded from that specific event when we had at 11 o'clock on the screen there, we had Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, Sun, Mercury, all together there. And it was intense. And that was the big gong boom, the beginning of the end of the world, the beginning of the end of the old patriarchy. That was the beginning. And it's unfolding until now. Okay? So now Pluto is going back to the 22nd degree. This means that we are from tomorrow starting to visit January energy more and more and more as we get into September. Okay? So that's an important point to know. And as Pluto is going to the 22nd degree, is going to semi-square Ceres, which is here. She's not on the chart right now. Let me see if I can add her. Let's add Ceres. Where are you, Ceres? There you are. There is Ceres. Okay, there is Ceres. Okay, Ceres is here. And there's going to start to create a bit of a semi-square. And Ceres is the goddess of agriculture, of Mother Earth. And so Ceres was also involved in the alignment in January. But the other thing that is like the moon, where is the moon? 2, let's see. We're going to move a few hours forward and into Tuesday. There we go. The moon is on 10 degrees. Moon is 10 degrees of Leo, okay? And if you've been a good student over the last few live streams, what is she doing now? She is now squaring Uranus, okay? So this is Tuesday, 10 a.m. So tomorrow is the big day. Mars with Ceres, you with the Pluto, Mercury with the Sun. Pluto goes into the 22nd degree. We're going into the night. We're waking up. And as we wake up, 10 in the morning, the Mars is squaring Uranus in the same degree that 2 weeks ago the Sun squared Uranus. Mercury a week last week squared Uranus on that degree, and now comes the Moon. So again, the sun was zapped, boom, revolution in Leo. Then Mercury comes, zoom, revolution. Now Mercury is together with the Sun after they've been zapped with Uranus, and here comes the Moon and getting her zap, like boom. Now as the Moon being zapped, if the soul, now what is this zap? It's like a wake up. It's like, boom, I have to revolutionize myself. I have to reinvent myself. I need to rebel against the old way. You know what? Yes, I'm going to buy that Bitcoin, for example, for some of you. Yeah, you might have been kind of the last beef until 2 weeks ago. Procrastination. Suddenly you've decided, I'm going for it. I'm no more. Okay, let's get into this. What is this Bitcoin? Then as you get into it, Mercury is up with Uranus. Boom, a whole new way of thinking, processing, fixing all your investments, all your silver, all your Bitcoin, all your self-managed super funds, and you have to learn all these new things. And by doing it, you are getting the empowerment. You realize that you can do it. You are capable, even though it was challenging, it was hard, you did it. Now you're starting to be filled with these good feelings of self-pride, self-value, self-worthiness, of how good I am. I feel so good about myself that I've listened to the guidance, that I've done my homework, that I've dared to try and to change my life and take control over my finance and re-navigate my life. It's a good feeling. You're probably feeling awesome. And this is what I talked about a month ago. A month ago, I said take action if you want to be in the good party. Remember that? I spoke about the party, that you could be in the best party of your life, on the rocket ship to the moon, surrounded by awesome positivity of abundance, of thriving together because you've done the right thing, or you can be in the most depressed party, that you haven't taken action, you didn't feel the confidence to do it, and now you're stuck, and only now you wake up, and there's so much work to do, and there's less of opportunities, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Here we are. And if you're in the right side, and if you've done the right job, you are having a party. You are loving it, because Bitcoin is moving up, and Ethereum is moving up, and all other coins are moving up. This week we had a lot of movement in Quantum, in OMG, in Icon, in Waves, in Swap. There's so many coins that are moving. There's so much movement in the crypto that is positive, that is bullish. We are officially in the bull run. It's happening, okay? So it's like, if you haven't joined yet, you haven't missed it out yet. Just join. And if you don't know how to do it, join us and we will guide you. You need to know what to do. But please do not procrastinate too much and, join the party. And so this is it. This is kind of like the moon. So the sun was like revolutionized in his essence, Mercury in the way we think. Now comes the moon, the feeling. It's like, and she's in Leo. She's like, I don't want to feel this upset. I don't want to feel this anger, this rage. It's not for me. No, I'm royal. I am royal. I'm a being of love. I'm a being of light. So there might be some truth bomb, because Uranus is also the disruptor, like truth from the heavens, from the higher dimensions, out of space and time. Boom, things exposed, things kind of dropped on you. Where suddenly a whole new process happens to you. Like in the chat room, I've seen some people who were not aware of the current legalization of the authorities and what they can do, and now they're a bit in shock because they didn't realize that and they're processing that. And so this is happening on Tuesday morning, okay, 10 a.m. Moon is squaring Uranus on the 10th degree, but this time Uranus is retrograding. Now, Mars is still with Ceres there, and Pluto 22nd degree now. Saturn is closing in very close now. He's on 26 degrees already. And the south node of the moon at 7 o'clock, is still on the galactic center, okay? Just a second. Now, as we move a few hours forward, now let's move to the minutes. Here we come to the new moon in Leo. New moon in Leo on Wednesday, 12:42 p.m. Look at that. Beautiful. Sun, 26 degrees and 35 minutes. Moon, 26 degrees, 35 minutes. Mercury, 28 degrees, 7 minutes. Even though he's a minute and a half away, he's still together with them. And what are they doing? They're making this grand trine. You see this triangle? The blue triangle? Look at that divinely symmetric triangle between the new moon, sun, Mercury, and the south node of the moon in the galactic center, creator energy source, forcing us to release the old Sagittarius, the old philosophy, the old way of thinking, the old truth, the old optimistic outlook on the world, the old, it's no longer valid, let it go. But then what? Then is the new moon in Leo with Mercury. Declare your new kingdom. Declare your new self. Create a new business. Create a new website. Create a new blog. Create a new Instagram. Create a new Facebook. Create a new song. Create a new poem. Create a new dance. Create a new instrument. Pick up on something new to learn. Do something that empowers you. Decide that you no longer want to think like that. You want to think like that. This is what it's about. The other side of the triangle is down there at like 5 o'clock. And what is that? That is the Mars series, Mars Aries. Okay? So pay attention how in the middle you see this kind of blue triangle, okay? But there's also this red looking like triangle, but it's actually square, okay? There's the square. So there's the square of Mars and Aries, rage, anger, upset, power, assertion, revolution, squaring the Pluto, the suppression of power, authorities, government, the situation. And both of them are aligning with Juno. Juno, the goddess of marriage, the goddess of all goddesses. She wants to find balance. She wants to find equality. She wants to find the sacred union, the unconditional loving sacred union that is like fair and true and integrate. This is very powerful, right? Because it's Leo. Leo is about leadership. Leo is about the king, right? Now, the cool thing is that this 26 degree, this is the area of a star called Regulus. And Regulus is the heart of the Leo constellation. Regulus is the royal star. It represents kingship, leadership. So this is universe coming and saying, hey, you, what are you doing? What is your revolution? What is your action? What is your narrative? What is your thought? What is your speech? What is your action? Don't you talk to me about the war and the government suppression. How are you suppressing yourself? By holding yourself focusing on the vaccination and on the conspiracy. You are suppressing your own light. By going to the fear and conspiracy. You are suppressing your own royalty. By going and focusing on the darkness. Don't worry about the darkness. Focus on the light. Be the light. Be the love. Do not worry about the fear. Be the love. Embody love. Embody light. Think love. Think light. Breathe love. Breathe light. Let your heart chakra expand. This is Leo, heart center. You are stressed. You read some headline that really disturbed you. Okay. That is the Pluto squaring the Mars Aries. It really upsets you. It really annoys you. And the Sun and Mercury in Leo. So it affects the way you think. And suddenly you find yourself in this kind of triangle of negative loop of anger and frustration and rage because of what the government is doing and what the suppression of authority is doing, what they're planning to do. And all that is happening. And it's like, and there's a shift of like, no, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to feed that. I'm going to feed the fact that this will be solved. I call upon angels, masters, teachers, guides in the service of pure love and pure light to come and serve humanity, to come and help humanity, to come and interfere and intervene for the betterment of all, for humanity. I invoke the presence of the divine, of the spirit and beings of love and light that are coming for our highest good to come into our earth in this time. We call for you. We are calling you to come and assist us and help us. And boom, feel that power when you do that, because I do. When I go to these kind of invocations, I'm feeling like a super powerful being of the cosmos, of the universe. And that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. You need to take leadership and think the way you want to think and manifest what you want to manifest and speak what you want to speak. Don't go and rebel against the oppression of power. No, just go and act for the liberation of your soul. How is that, baby? Sounds good to me. Okay? So this is quite a powerful new moon. Of course, we're going to be serving sound healing meditation for the new moon to our Patreon community on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I will actually aim to post it on Tuesday night. No, most likely Wednesday. But on Wednesday, it will be served for sure to our community. So if you want to journey with us on this new moon, I recorded specially for the new moon on the day, on the 24 hours leading up to it. I mix it up and send it to everyone downloading it and listening to it. So if you want to enjoy it, join us. And now, basically, we're going to move forward. I'm going to come and do a live stream on Wednesday on the new moon. So we'll see you on the new moon later on in the evening. But this is pretty much leading up to it. So that's kind of the main highlights of the energy that I wanted you to know about, okay? Now, so sorry, I don't know what's going on with me. My bladder is super active. I actually had some therapist today. I saw the most amazing myotherapist. And it was just amazing, the subtle touch, the subtle little points that he touched my body in my nervous system just shifted everything. So I'm drinking a lot and I'm shifting a lot in my body. That's why. But let me leave you with another awesome song as I go for 1 minute and come back. You're going to love this one because this is the true music at home. Dance, you'll feel much better. So this is the main things I wanted to tell you, but the other thing about the astrology of this new moon is if we have a look at Saturn 26, you see? Saturn 26 at your 8 o'clock, 26:38 minutes in retrograde, and the sun and the moon are 35 degrees, so it's 35 minutes. So they're also creating what called a quincunx, which is very weird angle, okay? So that will highlight the government, the authority, the suppression. And I'm just saying to you, it's going to be a big week. It's going to be an intense week. It's going to be a week of kind of governments, authority, regulations, law. Things, truth bomb will drop on the people, on the community. Then it will possibly create a revolt, anger, upset, rage within people. Most likely there will be some actions taking it out to the street, protesting, rebelling. This is kind of the dance nudges, and we're going to see it all around the world. Once Uranus is kind of stationed in retrograde, this is also in Taurus, could be like possibly earthquakes, natural disasters or extreme weather scenarios. I mean, as much as I enjoy the weather of the last few days, I mean, it's like spring is here too soon. It's like this. Yesterday was like glorious, warm, sunny day. I was with t-shirt playing soccer, sweating. I was like, far out. This is winter. What's going on, right? So, we can see changes. There's a lot of things coming. Now, the financial changes are here, okay? They are here. Uranus is in Taurus. This week, on Friday, the biggest headline came out that Warren Buffett sold all his stocks of Goldman Sachs, the banks. He already dumped like JP Morgan stocks long time ago. So Warren Buffett is the guru of investments, okay? People follow everything he does. Everything he say, people follow. Many, many people. And the fact that he dumped all the stocks he ever had that got to do with the banking system, this is huge. And instead of that, he bought the gold mining stocks. So he's going for the gold mining. Now, Warren Buffett is the guru of investment until now, okay? But he represents the old generation. He represents the south node of the moon in Sagittarius, right? Because his philosophy is the old philosophy, gold, mining, da-da-da-da-da. But he's missing out. He's probably missing out on the biggest opportunity he had, because really what's happening is that the north node of the moon is in Mercury. And that is about new, quick, adjust, fix. It's about internet, it's about technology, it's about Bitcoin, right? So yes, gold will do well for a while, but the latest headline coming out is that, there's a race to space happening right now. As it happens in the 88 to 91, as it happened in 58 to 61, the previous two times of Saturn in Capricorn, the same thing. Every time Saturn hits Capricorn, there's a shift in the space program, in the way we travel, in the way we explore. Give me a second to drink. And so we can see that there is a big shift. And in my opinion, Warren Buffett is missing out because he doesn't believe in Bitcoin, because he's the old generation, he doesn't get it. But Uranus is in Taurus. And Uranus is the young generation. It's the revolution of the younger generation, the future, technology, innovation, high-tech. That is Bitcoin. That is just Bitcoin. That's how I see it for the last 3 years. And so it's very good to be in Bitcoin. But the fact that this new moon has all this triangle between the south node, the old beliefs with the Mars, Aries is like, we no longer believe your truth. We no longer believe what you say. We no longer believe the media. We no longer believe this. You're all liars. You're all this. You're all that. That's the people voices coming up with the revolutionary Uranus. And this is like, don't tell us bullshit. We know who we are on this planet. We know what's going on. We're no longer the naive, innocent people of the 60s or the 70s. We see you. We see what's going on. Stop the crap. Cut the bullshit. Give us the truth. That's kind of this energy. So everything that happens outside is also inside, okay? So this is you. Cut the bullshit. Don't tell yourself any more crap. What is really going on? How do you really want to think? How do you really want to feel? How do you really want to live your life? What do you really want to create? Use this time to create a new self, because we will come out of this, okay? It will be over at some point. And when it will be over, if you will use this time to make something new out of yourself, when it will be over, you're ready. You are just ready to go for the new path. You're ready to follow your new purpose, okay? So the destruction of the old world and all the chaos that is happening, that is the distraction. That distracts you, that deceives you. Don't worry about that. I want you to focus on January 2021, okay? Because the next cool thing that is happening, I just shared that with the community this week, but on the 25th of August, okay, we're going to talk about it on next week, but on the 25th of August, let me take you there. Just a second. My voice is a bit funny. So on the 25th of August, we're going to have Saturn 2618 and Mars 2618. They will square for the first time. So first, a month ago, Mars squared Jupiter. That was the day that Lebanon Beirut explosion happened. Then, over the last weekend, Mars squared Pluto, okay? And so it happened all the last week, and this was the stage 4 lockdown. In Beirut, the Lebanese people are protesting to turn the government upside down, basically. There's all kind of things happening. Now, on the 25th, now Mars will square Saturn. Now, this Mars is doing a big dance over these 6 months in Aries, because now it's the first time that it squared Jupiter, then Pluto, and now on the 25th, Saturn. And as they move retrograde and Saturn is now going to stop, Mars is going to stop, then Mars is going to start retrograding, and Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter is stationing to go direct, and basically Mars is going to pass them for the second time as he's retrograding, right? And they will start moving forward, but they are slow-moving planets. They are bigger planets. So Mars is now doing the 1, and then as Mars retrograde, it will do the second square, and then as Mars move forward, it will do the final third square. Okay? So in the big picture, Mars, the warrior, the god of war, is declaring the new action plan. There is a new action plan that is being now implemented. And the first stage of it happened in this August. Mars with Jupiter, Mars with Pluto, and now on the 25th, Mars with Saturn. Okay? Action, warrior, assertion, power, the hero of self. Now with Saturn, the authority, the restriction, the karma, the law and order, time, patience. Friction number 1, boom. Then that's on the 25th, but it's already happening. So when I say a date, don't look only on that date. It's like the date is the moment of orgasm, and we are making love all the way to it. So it's gonna intensify into it. It's already happening. Okay. As we move down, then when we're gonna move days, then we're gonna go to the 10th of September. And now Mars reached its 28 degrees and 8 minutes. The end of Aries. Mars is getting to the critical end of like, yeah, my way, baby. And then he stopped dead. And as he stopped dead, Saturn is already 25th. Pluto already passed the degree and the minute of January. So Mars is going through Aries into the end of Aries, while Pluto is going to be playing on top of the 22nd degree 46 minutes, which is the event that happened in January. Mars is already on the 25th degree, so it's all really coming closer as well. Okay? And then, after that, then Mars goes retrograde on this day. And then Mars will basically retrograde, and then as he's going back now to the 25th degree. As he's coming to the 25th degree and 20 minutes, here comes the second square with Saturn. And that's going to happen on the 30th of September. So then he's going to square Saturn again. Boom. Okay? And then we're going to move forward. And then Mars is going to come to the 22nd degree. right? And it's gonna square Pluto again, and that's on the 9th of October, 10th of October, okay, 10-10. And then it's gonna move backwards even further, and then it's gonna square Jupiter for the third time on the 19 degrees here on the 19th of October, okay? On the 19th of October, then Mars will square Jupiter for the second time. And then Mars is keep on traveling back, and he's going to travel all the way back to the beginning, 15 degree of Aries. That's until Alpha is retrograding. And then he's going to start moving direct. Just to pinpoint at you where it is, it's on your, here, on your 7 o'clock, you can see Mars, this green symbol. So now he retrograded all the way to the 15, which that's why it's going to stop on the 14th of November. On the 14th of November, he's going to stop direct exactly when we're going to have 14th of November is when he stopped direct, okay? This is where he stationed direct Mars here at 7 o'clock, 15 degrees, 15 minutes. At the same time that it's going to be a new moon in Scorpio, which is intense by itself. Scorpio, Mars used to rule the old Scorpio. So this is intense by itself. It's going to be, this is November. By then already the world is really, really different, okay? I'm just showing you now in the stars the God of War walking his plan. So again, in August, he did Jupiter, Pluto, now on the 25th, Saturn. He's going to retrograde. And then he's going to come out. And again, in September, he's going to hit Saturn again. And then in October, he's going to get Pluto again. Sorry, he's going to hit Jupiter first in September. Then he's going to hit Pluto again in October. Then he's going to hit September again in December. Saturn again in October. Okay? And then we're going to take it further. And the final third quarter, this is the reason why I'm showing you this. Okay? The reason why I'm showing you this is that by then the third square is going to happen. He's going direct, and now he's chasing them because they are moving direct already. Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter. And he's going to be on top of Pluto on the on the 23rd of December. Mars, Pluto again for the third final time. Okay. I don't know, we are going for a long time already, so we should end this very soon. So I'm just going to take you to the end bit of this, because this is why I wanted to just give you a bit of hope, okay? A bit of the light at the end of the tunnel. So as I'm saying to you, over the next few months, we're going to go through this birthing canal of suppression and pressure, and it's going to be this dance between governments and authorities and revolution and all that. But once we get to the end of the year, then we're going to have the Mars with Pluto. Okay, that's happening on the 23rd of December, Mars, Pluto. And then after that, at the same time, Mars will square, pay attention. This is important. This is powerful. Mars is here on the 8 o'clock, Mars, okay? 23 degrees, 42 minutes. And he's now squaring, it doesn't show my mouse, so annoying. Oh no, it moved me back. Oh, let me take us back to December. Just a second. December. Okay. 23rd of December. 23rd of December. It's always a big date there. Christmas time. 23rd of December. You've seen Mars here at 11 o'clock, 23 degrees. Okay? Pluto, 23 degrees. So Pluto will square Mars for the third final time on the 23rd of October. At the same time, that pay attention what's happening at 1 o'clock on the clock, people. Jupiter meets Saturn on the 0 degree in Aquarius. The new big magnified expansion of the new world, the new structure, the new age of Aquarius, the new governance, the new regulations, the new law. I don't mean that the age of Aquarius start on that day. But this will be the birthing signals of the new world, okay? This is the third time. Mars met Pluto for the first time this month, second time in October, the third final time on the 23rd of December, right? 23rd of December, Mars will square Pluto, death and rebirth. So here's the death in August. More death. And then the rebirth in December, January, boom, the rebirth of Pluto, the evolution. At the same time that Jupiter and Saturn are meeting on 0-degree Aquarius of the future. This is big, okay? A few days later, as Mars travels, Mars is moving finally into Taurus after 6 months. It's finally moving to Taurus on the 6th of January. Okay, 6th of January. Let's just make sure I'm right and it's not the 7th. Where's Mars? Mars, yes, moving. There you go. 7th of January, 10 a.m. Mars is finally moving into Taurus after 6 months in Aries. And as he's doing that, I'm finishing now, Mars is going to go to the 3rd degree, right? And on the 3rd degree, Mars is going to square the moon in Aquarius and Saturn. Moon together with Saturn in Aquarius, in Aquarius, 3rd degree in Aquarius, squaring Mars for the 3rd final time. The end of December, the beginning of January, and this is around the 14th of January. This is exactly a year from the moment where Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter met on the 22nd degree of Capricorn. 2020 is a year that will be remembered for generations. 2020 will be a year that you will remember until the last breath you take in this life. Okay? So hold on to your brave hearts, because by the time we get to the end of December, January, we are giving birth. But right now, we're in the crescendo of the darkness, we're in the crescendo of the destruction, we're in the crescendo of the fear and the chaos and all that. But by January, the light is rising, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that everything's going to be very beautiful, but we're going to get out of the abuse of power into the right use of power, into the right use of power, with the right values, because at the same time, he's going to do that with the moon together with Saturn. It's squaring Mars on the 3rd degree of Taurus. Uranus is on the 6th degree of Taurus, still retrograding. And then, like, we move another day. And on that day, this is getting crazy. On that day, when Mars is going to square Pluto and Saturn and the moon in Aquarius, on that day, Uranus moves station in direct. So from now, pay attention why I brought it to you now. From now, Uranus goes retrograding, while Mars this month did this Jupiter-Pluto-Saturn squares. From now, it's going to unfold up until January, and on the same 2 days, Uranus is going to station in direct. At the same time, Mars is going to square the Saturn and the Saturn in Aquarius for the 3rd final time. And then Mars is going to move forward. At the same time this is happening, Jupiter is on the 6th degree Aquarius, squaring like Uranus on the 6th degree of Taurus. This is saga. You can't make this up. This is the most amazing, divinely planned ever in front of your eyes. Look how it's all working like a clock. This is the blockbuster of all times. Because then Saturn with Jupiter highlighting the new world, Uranus in Taurus, highlighting the revolution. By then, by January, anyone who didn't buy Bitcoin right now will be crying and will be chasing it. Because by January, we are far above the 20,000. We are far above the all-time high. We are beyond it, okay, by that time. So this is the last time you could possibly grab Bitcoin in these prices right now. And so then as we move forward, Mars will then come. This I'm just going there because it's just amazing. Look at that. Mars together with Uranus. Oh, por Dio. Mars together with Uranus, 6 degree 44 minutes. Squaring. Jupiter is on the 7:25 minutes, but he's still there with it. So Mars is going to be be zapped by Mars. This will be an action of revolution to the max. And then, a day after, what is that? Let's see. And then the moon passes there on top of Mars. And Jupiter is on 7:33. And Mars is moving to 7:33. And Mars will meet Jupiter for the final 3rd time let's see, 43, 752. Mars will meet Jupiter for the final time, 57, 57, 58. There you go. On the 23rd of January, Mars will meet Jupiter for the third square. Only this time, Jupiter is in Aquarius and Mars is in Taurus. And by then, only then, on the 7th, only on the 23rd of January, into let's say 25th of January, only then Mars will finish what he started this month. And that's why I'm talking about it, okay? So take notes, because the process that happened to you in yourself with your masculine warrior, confidence, self-esteem, motivation, security, initiation, anger, rage, upset, all these archetypes, pay attention what happened to you in August and what is still happened to you in August, including the 25th when it's going to oppose Saturn, because this will be a first temper marker. Then the events of end of September, October will be the second temper marker, and the third one will be in January. And it will only end, what started now will only end on the 25th of January. This is how powerful these times are, okay? And it's all interconnected. So do yourself a favor. Let me do it again. If you haven't got yourself some Bitcoin, get yourself some Bitcoin, all right? Get yourself some Bitcoin. It's really good for you. It's good for you. I promise you it's good for you. Yeah? It's good for you. And if not, get yourself some Litecoin too. There you go. There's your Litecoin. Opa, Litecoin. Okay? Litecoin will moon. It will moon. Sooner or later, Charlie Lee knows what he's doing. Yeah, and people will say, yeah, but Charlie Lee sold his Litecoin. Yes, he did, because he's smart. He did it in the right time. And Ethereum as well. Get yourself some Ethereum. Those are the toys. Okay? So, I'm so happy and proud of our community that are already sorted, sitting on the jet ski, on the skyrocket ship to the moon, and we're gonna have a blast. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna celebrate, and we're gonna have lots of fun. We're gonna keep on staying connected. So I'm gonna bring it back to right here and right now. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a big week. It's gonna be a very active week. It's gonna be a very powerful week, and all this time until the end of the year is powerful, powerful, powerful. Action, action, action. You just make sure that you keep yourself centered in your love. Remember, this is a new moon, new intention, new cycle, new way of being, you, the royal self, your kingdom, okay? So I love you all very, 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 very much. You know that. And I want to say thank you. A big thank you to all our community, all the members. There's 202 members in our community already. As soon as we hit the 222, we're having a party. And I'm so thankful to you all for your support. Good on you, Brother Dor. Keep on accumulating. Just accumulate. Every week, buy a bit. Every week, buy a Bitcoin. Every week, buy a Bitcoin. If you don't know what to do, how to do, join us and we'll help you. So thank you for all the Patreon subscribers. Thank you for the family. Thank you, community. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Keep up the good vibe, the good work in our community. And if you haven't joined us yet, XRP, yeah, it will do well, but know where to get out. Know where to get out. It will do well. It will pump at some point, but let it pump and know when to get out. Yeah, but you know, it's important to understand every coin you invest in a startup, you invest in technology, you invest in philosophy. It's important that you know what is what, okay? So XRP is mainly related to the bankers. It's the bankers' coin. Of course, it's going to be useful for a while. Of course, they're going to use it, but you need to know what you're supporting. I do have a bag of XRP, but very small, because it's not my main thing, because I know it's going to do its thing anyway. So yeah, if you want XRP, have some XRP, but just be aware, it's going to do its thing, and you're going to need to know when to get out. The safest is always Bitcoin. The safest, the only king is Bitcoin. Everything else is on top, okay? So, yeah. And if you haven't joined us, join us. I love you all very much. And reminding you, the opening song is Full Trunk with Sivan Talmor, and it's called As a Stone, Cold-Hearted as a Stone. And we're going to end with it as well. And I'm going to bless you with an awesome week of finding your power, of coming back to your true self, to who you really are, to embracing your royal self, and just to choose with your mind, choose with your thought, the vibration of love, the vibration of light. And everything is going to be okay, family. We're going to get through this, okay? We're going to get through this. Lots of love to you all. Peace, happiness, joy. Come back into your true self. Face all the things you left behind and come back to yourself. I love you. Peace, kisses, hugs. Bye. Here they go. I'm going back to be myself as I have known. Cold-hearted as a stone, pulling tricks to play along. I'm going back to be myself as I have known. Love you, family. Have a great week. Keep positive, stay in the heart, stay in the love. Choose with your thought, choose with your breath, breathe into your heart space and let the mind fade away and declare your way from the heart. I love you. Be good. Be good.